everybody. So today we're going to have the first tasting of my Motueka wheat beer. This is a small gallon batch, 1.25 gallons going into the carboy. If you're into home brewing and new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. New homebrew / craft beer videos out every day. So Motueka, I did get this in my Yakima Valley hop subscription. This was in the first box, and the second box arrived, and I still hadn't used all the hops in the first box. So I was like, okay, we need to make some beer. So I started using those. The first batch I made was a rye IPA. That was rye IPA version 4. So I'll link that up above if you want to go check that out. For people that have been here, I kept saying apricot. I did do the rye IPA 4, and now I'm doing this wheat version. And I did look it up, and it's kind of weird. It says citrus and fresh herbal notes, basil, rosemary, with hints of dry orchard fruit around the edges. I was thinking dried apricots. I don't know if that fits that category, but we'll see what we get out of this. So this is using 2 pounds of white wheat, then 3.3 ounces of honey malt. Why is it 3.3? That's all I had. Then for the hop schedule, because this is a wheat beer, I like to keep mine under 25 IBUs if I can. So 0.39 ounces at 30 minutes, 0.29 ounces at 5 minutes. My Motueka, the alpha acid is 6.2%. No dry hopping. This was bottled, that's weird, on 420, 4.29%. That kind of scares me and is good, because that means I actually came in about my ABV that I wanted. The other thing that scares me, I think I've had 2 now, that actually didn't ferment. So I don't know if it was a cleaning process or what it was, and they were lower ABV. So being lower ABV does scare me, but it does make me excited that the yeast didn't actually go bonkers. So let's go ahead and open this, see what we get. Good hiss, good smoke in there. Let's go ahead and pour it in here and see what we get. I was almost gonna say that's not good. Pouring out like orange juice, but I forgot I did add that honey malt, and that SRM is 25. And I have done 4 or 5 pure smash wheat beers, and they've been that bright yellow color, and then you get to this one and it's orange. Not very much of a head. What I do have is white. Looks like oxidized New England IPA. Get these bubbles off here. Very hazy, which I would think it should be. All the protein in that wheat is going to hang around. That's why it's good for New England IPAs. Very dark orange juice color. Lots of bubbles. For as many bubbles, I was thinking this was going to have a good head. Or it should have a good head, and it doesn't. Let's go ahead and smell. Now, this almost looks like an apricot, like a dried apricot. From what my first impression is, a sweet, weedy fruit. Very low, though. And that's about it. Yeah, sweet, weedy fruit. Almost like it didn't ferment all the way, and there's leftover sugars in there. Probably going to give us a thicker body than what it should be. But the only one way to tell. Let's go ahead and taste. Earthy, like floral earthy wheat. Herbal. Yeah. Herbal, more earthy floral wheat. Not bad. I'm not sure why it's this color. I'm guessing that sweetness is from that honey malt. I'm really not getting a honey taste in there. I wouldn't expect to be like a honey water, but just a little sweeter. It's I don't know if it's that wheat that's covering that up, so you're not getting that. Then that herbal, floral, earthy, sweeter taste in there is going back. It's nothing bad. The color's throwing me off. Body's not as thick as I thought it was. Very smooth, goes down easy. Medium body. I was thinking it was going to be pushing a little bit more than that. Just from the leftover sugars, usually the more sugars that the yeast eat, the thinner the body. But I would say for a wheat beer, it's right there in the middle where it should be. I think the aftertaste is where this one differs. It does go from like a drier fruit wheat to like, I'm going to say floral instead of herbal. Yeah, you definitely get that weediness, which you should because that's what most of the grain bill is. But I think that Motueka works pretty well in this. Would it be one that I would make again? No, because I'm not a big earthy floral herbal fan. But definitely go back and watch the Rye IPA 4. And I think depending on where you use it or maybe what grains you use it with is going to bring out a little something different. I didn't get that floral earthiness that I'm getting in this with other hops. So this hop might play well or better with other hops than on its own in a smash beer. I think if I have any left, I'm going to have to make like a two-row version or a pale malt version to see if the color, I'm not sure if it's oxidized or if it's from the oils and the hops or if it's from the honey malt. I wouldn't think the honey malt would turn it, but now that I look at it, I guess it did. I'm sure you guys won't be able to see this, but the color of this Beer Smith profile of the cup looks exactly the same, so it must be the honey malt. I know I've made, like I said, 4 or 5 other wheat beers that haven't been this color, so I don't know if it's something in the oils in the hops that are making it darker. I have seen that before, but if it's the oils in the hops, maybe this would be a good hop to play around with in like a New England IPA. You could make a brighter yellow IPA and add this hop and turn it darker, like an orange, like this, because it almost looks like it's oxidized. But now I'm going to go away from that just because of that picture. Yeah, overall, pretty good beer. Not one that I would drink, but hey, if you're into herbal, floral, earthy, definitely pick up some of this hop and use it. If you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.